Hey guys, what's going on? Gonna try and keep this short because I got stuff to get done here. So, but just got done soil testing, or not soil testing. I don't want to say soil testing. I got done pulling samples on my fields. Let me turn you around real quick. So done 3 different samples, just doing composites. I'm just trying to get a baseline of where I'm at. Is all that I'm really trying to do. I'm not really looking at it as far as nutrient recommendations. I just kind of want to almost establish like a soil health score, if you want to call it that. So we're over here by the Wells fields this is the west field. We got a good stand of rye and wheat. There was rape in the seed mix. I think just a pound, but I have yet to see any of it. So I don't know if it winter killed, if it just didn't germinate. I don't know. Not that worried about it. We kept it cheap. Cheap. It would have been, with just the rye and the rape seed, it was going to be like 30 pounds. The guy who drilled it, he had some leftover wheat that already had some fertilizer mixed in. So that ended up putting this whole mix total out at like 50 pounds an acre, something like that. But because we have not got the rains, this is only maybe ankle tall. I mean, it's not very tall. It's not as tall as I was hoping to get. But because we haven't got the rains, I'm gonna have get this sprayed out. The goal was to try and get this planted here this week. Not gonna happen. Not the end of the world. But either way, let me get back out of the wind over here. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and get this sprayed out, I think. Stop it from using any more moisture than it already is. Let me get you flip back around here. I know you might say, well, that ain't done, this cover crop isn't doing a whole lot of good. Well, it's done its job as far as we've kept a living rot in the soil for as long as possible. As of right now, it is capturing sunlight, so it's photosynthesizing. So yeah, we still have some bare ground, but we have less bare ground than what we would have. And it was cheap. It was a light mix. I was never going to let this get, the big old waist haul. It was never going to head out. I was never going to let it head out because we're going into corn. So it was literally just trying to occupy the space, occupy the soil, build a little bit of aggregates, be a host for the biology, what little is out on this field, I know, and just help compete with weeds. So I'm not going to lose any sleep over spraying it out because we don't have that great of chances of rain in the forecast. Like I said, if we had rain in the forecast, I would definitely leave it. If we would have caught these last couple of rounds of rain that they were calling, I would probably still leave it. Plus we'd have some more growth. But like I said, I try to keep it cheap. I try to know what my goals are. And my goals for this was literally just trying to occupy space, essentially. And we're going to corn. We don't need a big biomass crop ahead of the corn because I don't want to have to spend a crap ton of money on nitrogen. We're going to use a starter. We're going to use some biology and furrow. But at this point, my biggest concern is the moisture management. And so that's why you hear guys say, especially on the high plains, they always say you have to adjust your plans according to moisture. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully this will get sprayed out tomorrow. Is it ideal? No, because I was hoping to just plan into it, have the guy plan into it, and then we'd come back behind it within the day or two, get it sprayed out. But like I said, that's why you call it, that's why you manage. That's why you look at the soil moisture. We still have pretty good subsoil moisture, but we're going to be depleting it. And like I said, for all I know, we have a slight chance of rain in the forecast, but nothing great. So that's why I tell guys when they ask me about planting covers for spring covers, if you're going with like rye, 40, 50 pounds max. If you're under irrigation, maybe you can go more. But even ahead of soybeans, I would not go more than 50 pounds in our environment on dry land. And if we're dry and this is all the bigger you got, spray it out. Don't break the bank buying seed. The only reason why I didn't put legumes in on this mix ahead of the corn was because, one, we got it in late, and two, I knew we were going to spray it out early. Yes, you will get a little nodulation on young like hairy vetch, but you're not going to get a lot. And so there was no sense in wasting the money, so to speak. So that's why we done the mix. I mean, everything we done, there was a reason for it. So, like I said, just always keep that in mind when you're putting together cover crop mixes, when you're putting together a plan, and if the weather changes, change your plan. Don't blame the cover crop for the dryness. It'd be dry without the cover crop. Obviously, the cover crop is using some moisture, but you're continuing the carbon cycle. You're continuing to have a host for the soil biology, and you're going to reduce your erosion. One thing about it, water should infiltrate better whenever we do get rain. When you have a living root out there, you reduce your erosion. So it's always a balance. Always a balance. I can't emphasize that enough. It's always a balance. No one has it's not a one-trick pony. No one has the secret sauce for it. So it's all about just a balance, using as many tools as possible, and that's kind of how we're going to approach the corn this year. Is balance as much as possible. Use lots of different things, not a lot of any one thing. Just keep that balance. So I'll quit ranting. Gotta go, like I said, gotta go get a few other things taken care of today. So as always, thanks for watching, guys, and always leave a question, leave a comment. Thanks.